Dudes and dudettes, it's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. It is Thursday, December 3rd, 2009. Hope you all have had a great day. I'm just going to jump right into today's update. First things first, my normal disclaimer is that if this is your first time watching this video, then you're going to want to have to click on this link up here that says if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. Then that will take you to a page that has all the rules to the system and will help you learn it, and that way when you come back to these videos it'll make a lot more sense. Otherwise you will just be wasting your 10 minutes because you will be confused. So that's my little disclaimer, and now I'm just going to jump right into today's update. First things first is I have my 15-minute, my 4-hour chart for the cable. I want to open up my 4-hour chart and take a look at what our trend is, and I'll move it to before midnight so you can see what it looks like. And here it is. You can see our most recent trend change candle was for an uptrend, and at the start of our day that was the trend. There were no new trend change candles since then, so at the start of our day we were only looking for long trades. Now if I move forward, you can see although we had a lot of bearish movement, we didn't get any trades, or excuse me, we didn't get any new trend change candles. Therefore, even though with this bullish movement the trend is still up, and we still only look for long trades until a new trend change candle has closed and confirmed, then the trend is still active with the most recent trend change candle, and that's for an uptrend. Now it's good that I'm updating this now. It's about 11:30 a.m. Eastern time as I update this, and you can see that looks like a new trend change candle is forming at the moment. Now 11 a.m. It's still kind of just barely in our trading session, but for example, if this was a 7 a.m. candle or a candle that's within our trading session, you won't count it as a valid trend change candle until this closes. So you would have to wait until this candle closed. Even though it looks like it's forming a new trend change candle, it's not verified until the actual candle closes, because you don't get the entire story. Who knows, this candle could skyrocket back up by the end of this 3-hour, 4-hour candle. So I just wanted to bring that up, and I'm glad that this is kind of happening as I update this video. So anyways, to recap, at the start of our day, uptrend, long trades only. I zoomed through today, and it looks like even though with the bearish movement we still had no trend change candles in the middle of our session, therefore the trend remained up, and we only looked for long trades the entire day. Okay, I hope that clarifies things. I think that's a really good lesson to learn. I know there's been a lot of confusion about that. Alright, so now I'm on my 15-minute chart, and I'll move this to before midnight again so that we can see what it looks like. And first thing I want to do, of course, is take a look at my news events. So I will, and what I'll do is, this is yesterday's post real quick. I'll usually post the news events for the day, and I listed 4:30, 8:30, and 10, and that was for today's news events. But you can go to babypips.com, click on this tools tab, and it'll automatically bring up the news for the day. Make sure this tab is reading your correct time zone that you're in, that way you have the right time. And then you're looking for news that affects either the sterling or the dollar, because that is the pair we're trading. Okay, so again, I had on my thing 4:30, which we did have a couple news events for the sterling. At 8:30 we had a bunch of US news events, and then again at 10, same thing, ISM, non-manufacturing composite. So 4:30, 8:30, and 10 a.m. all Eastern time for me. I just jotted those down on a notepad. You could set an alert on your Outlook calendar or alarm or whatever. The whole point is just to know when the news comes out so that you're not in the market during those times. Okay? So now that we have our news events ready and we know that we're only looking for long trades, I can begin my day. So what I'm going to do is simulate a day's action by moving my chart forward one candle at a time. And just a little side note is that if you can find a charting program that allows you to go back in time and move your chart forward one candle at a time, that's invaluable, because that allows you to back test a lot of systems that you may have, and it'll allow you to actually practice trade in a short amount of time. Now, it's no substitute for live trading and forward testing, but it is a big step up, and it allows you to do a lot of testing in a short amount of time. So just a side note there, and hopefully you can use that and take it, and it'll help you out. Alright, so anyways, starting the day, midnight. Remember, each of these candles is 15 minutes. Again, I'm looking for long trades, and at the start of my day I can already see that the fast-moving average is below the slow one, so I know that I'm close to a possible crossover here, so I'm paying close attention, especially early in the session. And of course, at 12:45 we do get a crossover, and I'll just look at the indicators. RSI is above 50, stochastics are trending up, and MACD is negative and gaining value. this is a valid entry. Now you want to enter at the close of this candle or as close to it as possible, and this is at 66.78. Your stop is going to be at the most recent swing low, which is at 66.58, and you want to put your target at the nearest 0 or 50 level, and that's at 6,700, which gives us about 22 pips potential profit, which is good enough. And now we can let the trade ride. Again, I don't have news until 4:30, and it's 1 o'clock when this candle closes, so I have plenty of time for the trade to marinate. So I'll just let it continue. And so I'm just watching it, and I get a clean break here on my target. This is at 215, okay? So I got a clean break, so what I'm going to do is move my stop to my target at 6,700. I'm going to set my next target for 67.50, okay? Alright, so now I move on to the next candle, and you can see that unfortunately the momentum didn't carry through, and we got stopped out at our target at 6,700. Now I will admit I did have a little fault. As I saw the price move down, I kind of had an inkling that it was going to hit my stop, and I exited before it even hit my targeted. I don't know if it's because we've been taking a few losses. I am human, so I did take my trade out before it hit 6,700, and I got out at 67.10. And again, that's not best practices, but hey, you know, it happens sometimes. You know, sue me. I wanted to take a few more pips of profit, and that happens sometimes. So I took a little extra 10 pips there. But for the most part, you don't want to do that. You want to let your stops take you out for themselves. So, but just a side note there. Okay, continue to move forward. You jot that in the books and just continue to look for trades. Okay, now, you know, we're still on an uptrend here on this 15-minute chart because moving average hasn't crossed back down, and here we do see that happen at 345. So anywhere from 345 on, I know that now I can possibly have another entry because the price has retraced down, and I could have a re-entry back to the upside, okay? But it is 4 o'clock at this time, and I know news is coming out at 4:30, so I'm not going to trade even if I saw a signal. And there is 4:30 right there, news candle, and I'll continue to move forward. My next news event is until 8:30. Again, I'm paying closer attention because it looks like we may have a crossover soon to the upside. Okay, and you know that isn't the case. It keeps continuing to drop, but I'm still paying close attention to it. Now it's about 7:45 to 8, and I'm not going to take any more trades because I know news is coming out at 8:30. And here is the 8:30 candle. You can see that the bearish movement is still continuing. Again, it just continues on, and our next news is at 10. It's at 9:30 right now, so I'm not going to take any trades if I see one. And there's the 10 o'clock candle. Still a lot of bearish movement. And if I just move on throughout the day, that's pretty much it. And I know the trading session is not done yet. I'm doing this update a little early, but I'm pretty much not going to take a trade at this point because we're really close to the end of the day. So that's pretty much it. We were able to catch that tail end of that uptrend, which is great. And at the same time, we were able to stay out of any danger, and it looks like we might be seeing a new trend change candle forming, and tomorrow we may start trading for short trades. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today's update. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the blog or in the forums, and I'll be happy to answer them. That's it. See you all tomorrow. Cowabunga, dudes.